So, this little portion of the video, I made this video after I did the Super Mario review video. This portion of the video is because I forgot to talk about Princess Peach. And all my excitement in that review video that you're about to see after this is the first time I've ever done this on my channel, but where I went and made a video to support the video that you're going to see here, is that I forgot to talk about Princess Peach. And another reference, I had this in my notes, my mental notes, to tell you guys, and I forgot. Not only about Princess Peach, but another reference to another console. But we're going to start with Princess Peach. And Princess Peach in this game is not the Princess Peach that you think she is. Now, for any of you who know the story, who played the game as long as I have, you know that in majority of the Super Mario games, Princess Peach is a damsel in distress that Mario has to go save from Bowser. Not so much a Super Mario Sunshine, where it was just more about Bowser Jr. framing Mario and getting Princess Peach and them locked up in jail. But majority of the games, Mario has to go save her. And the Princess Peach, while making reference to that, to the damsel in distress Peach, the Princess Peach that we get in this movie, as you see in the trailers, is more in line with Super Mario Bros. 3 Princess Peach. And if you don't know what I mean, Super Mario Bros. 3 was the only Super Mario game, I believe, with the title Super Mario in it, to be called Super Mario Bros. 3 or Super Mario anything, but not feature Mario or Luigi. Just like Donkey Kong Country 3, just like Donkey Kong Country 2 and Donkey Kong Country 3, where Donkey Kong Country 2 didn't have Donkey Kong, but it had Diddy Kong and Trixie, and then Dixie, is it Dixie or Trixie? One of them. And then part 3 just had Trixie and her baby cousin or nephew, something like that. And part 3 didn't have Donkey Kong or Diddy Kong in it. And part 3 for Mario was that it didn't have Mario and them in it, but it had Peach in it as the main character. Yeah, Super Mario Bros. 3 had Peach as the main character, and she had her own little adventure. And that's the Peach that you get in here. You get this badass who could take care of herself, Princess Peach, and she's like Mario's mentor. She teaches him and shows him the ropes about what it's like to be in the Mushroom Kingdom, and they also make reference to the fact that she could be a human from Mario's world, but she doesn't remember. Is there's a scene where Mario asks her, maybe you could be from my world, but she says, I don't remember. I don't know what I am. Her earliest memories is just coming through the warp pipe and meeting the Toads. Also, I mentioned in my original video that how they make reference to the console in which Mario debuted on, which is the Nintendo system. They also make reference to the GameCube system, and they do it in a cool way where the Mario character who might not have debuted on that console, but debuted a solo game on that console, was the launch title, one of the launch titles for that console, and that character got to have the Nintendo GameCube reference, and it was cool. It was like it's a ringtone, and you'll know when I see it, since I told you it's a ringtone for a certain character. But that's all I wanted to add. I just wanted to add just that little information. The reason why that was another reason why I gave it the 9 out of 10, because I love what they did with Peach, and that also I love that little GameCube reference. That was just one of the many things I love. But I mainly just wanted to talk to you guys and tell you about the Princess Peach reference. So thank you once again, guys, for being a tribe member, and enjoy the review video. Peace out. it's me, a little big man, or a Mario, who's taking over Little Big Man for this review of my movie. Wow! I'm sorry. I'm riding off a high from that movie. I'm sorry. Well, welcome everybody to my movie review of the Super Mario Bros. Movie. Now, this movie was good. It was good. I might have had too much fun. More fun than the kids in the movie theater fun. I might be a little ashamed to admit that, but hey, I'm already here now. I'm about to be 33 soon, wearing a Mario shirt, a Mario hat, doing a review for my channel for you guys about Mario. So hey, let's all enjoy life together. This movie was good. It was good. The acting from everybody was in this was good. But the main plot of this movie is basically pulled, I would say, from Super Mario Odyssey. Yeah, because I Super Mario Odyssey. I forgot. I looked that up earlier to make sure I was correct, and that's the game where Bowser tries to marry Peach, complete with the with Bowser's wedding suit and Peach's wedding dress from that game. But yeah, the main plot of this movie comes from that. But it's not all the way. Like they do have like different elements and stuff. Like they had different elements with different games, making reference to like the different other plots. But the main focus is that Bowser is the main villain who basically steals a star so to impress Peach. So Peach would marry him, albeit either willingly or forcefully. But we also got the plot of the struggling plumbers of Mario and Luigi, who just broken out on their own to start their own plumbing business, and they really are struggling with that. Oh man, they compounded. This is one big love letter to not only us, but the main is just a love letter to Nintendo. This movie is a big love letter to Nintendo and to the Mario fans and the people who created Mario. Because from the beginning of the movie to the end of the movie, it felt like you was playing one of the main Mario games, but it was a monster mash for all of his games. I'll tell you about not all of them, but some of the most recognizable ones. And they made reference to some. They even made reference to just a Nintendo game within the movie. They did like something like Inception. It was something within the game, within the movie, within the game, or something like that. Like where they had Mario playing a old school game on one of the old school systems that he debuted it on. So it was like, oh, okay, that was cool. But yeah, so these struggling plumbers who wants to make a name for themselves and prove themselves to the world stumble across, you guessed it, a warp pipe. And accidentally go down this warp pipe and get entangled in between a war between the Mushroom Kingdom and the Dark Lands of which Bowser rules. And thus your plot. Also, well, the last thing of that plot is that Mario is trying to save Luigi because somehow, some way, Luigi ends up in the Dark Lands. But man, this movie is a treasure trove. I've told my people this, but when you see this movie has a way of making you feel young again, like you was a kid, reliving these games again, and at the same time old. Now it only does that if you've been playing the Mario games as long as I have. Like most adults, they probably stopped at a certain Mario game because they grew up, and like I'm not saying I grew up so well, obviously, but not enough because I'm wearing a Mario shirt. So I'm wearing a Mario shirt, so I didn't grow up all the way. But I would say, like, for people like me I started with Super Mario World. That was the game that introduced me to Mario. So playing Super Mario World back then, up until now, playing almost every solo. No, I play every solo Mario game there is, including Luigi's games and all that type of stuff. I play all of those games. So for me to sit there and I understood every single reference of every single game that they referenced, and all the games that they did reference in this movie, I understood and knew it all. And the reason why I say that is because there were kids in the movie theater who was like, what is this and what is that? And I'm like, I understood it. Oh God, I feel old because I know what that is. And they talking about something that came out before, because these are our kids now. These are not us anymore. These are our kids. They don't understand because it was stuff we grew up off of, and it was cool. But yeah, this is the first legit time I can say I don't have anything bad to say about this movie. The movie was good. I enjoyed the plot, although I do love the fleshing out of them. I love the story. I won't say that, and I won't. Even though I say I don't have nothing negative to say about it, this is just more of a nitpick that by choosing to go with somewhat like an original story, but also incorporating the story of Super Mario Odyssey, even having characters from that, either characters or places from that game show up in this movie. It was kind of like predictable, but then again, that was the charm of it. Every Mario game is predictable because every Mario game was about saving the princess, which brings me to another good thing about this movie. Peach is not the Princess Peach from the games. Now, though we do get some classic Princess Peach lines, and I like how they do that in this movie, where because this is a movie, so it wouldn't be like just when it just be Mario saying it's me, the Mario, and then Luigi like Mario, they just not saying one thing over and over again. But I like how in between their lines they make a point to say the classic line for each character. You got Peach saying Mario, and then you got Luigi going Mario, and you got Mario saying it's me, the Mario. Let's go. They fit the classic lines in there in a nice way, and but yeah, so it was like the charm of it is that yes, it's a predictable plot, but all Mario games is predictable because all pretty much except for like Super Mario Sunshine, where the main antagonist was Bowser Jr., but then somehow they end up incorporating Bowser in it anyway, and somehow became all about them and Peach. So it was like kind of made full circle, but. Man, I gotta go back to play that. Speaking of which, I just realized I had a while ago started playing Super Mario Sunshine, and was getting close to beat. It's the only Super Mario game or Mario game I still haven't beat to this day. I played it and I got to the end, but then I started getting into that. That was right before I started my YouTube channel, and I never got back to playing it. And I gotta finish that. And yes, I still do have a GameCube, and I have Super Mario. I have a GameCube, and I have Super Mario Sunshine and Luigi's Mansion. Speaking of which, the reason why I mention this is because those are games that are referenced in this movie. More so, Super Mario Sunshine is referenced a little bit, not a lot, but a little bit. I figured that's gonna be saved for a different movie, but I do pay some type of little reference to it. Luigi's Mansion is is referenced as a potential sequel or spinoff, which I'm gonna get to that in a minute too. And that's more just a behind the scenes thing that I'm hearing stuff about. But yes, so we get to go to different kingdoms in this movie. We get to see the Mushroom Kingdom, obviously with references to all types of games. We get to see the Jungle Kingdom, which is obviously where DK, Donkey Kong, and Co. Reside. And that was another. I love that when they took a break from this love fest of Mario. When we get to Donkey Kong, it becomes a love fest for Donkey Kong. And it like when you introduce the Donkey Kong, Cranky Kong, and it's just a straight love fest for them guys. Complete with a reference to Donkey Kong 64, some Donkey Kong Country, by way of we got. I think I would like. I don't want to spoil it but I just say there's okay. If you're wondering if certain people show up, certain people do. For since we're talking about Donkey Kong, if you get my drift, what I'm trying to tell you, certain people do show up, and it's cool how they do it. I want to say I love the Mario Kart reference and the Mario Kart scenes. I mean, man, it's nothing I could really. I can't find nothing bad about it. I even love how OG voice actor Mario is implemented in this, and you will know when you see him because his character they created a character for him, and he looks just like Mario. So and he sounds like him, and I didn't. To a fun fact, he actually voices he while he makes a cameo as his Mario. The cameo part is mostly his Mario voice, but he has a bigger role in it. He actually voices in the movie itself. He voices Mario's dad, which is kind of cool. Like he's the OG voice actor since Super Mario 64, and he's been doing that. And he's also voiced Luigi, and he voices he voices the dad of Mario in the movie, and he also the best thing they gave us in this movie and is that he gets his time. This is part of the cameo part. He gets his time to actually voice Luigi and Mario himself. I'm like, that was awesome. The fact that they gave him so much love in this movie that he got to actually voice the characters he's made famous just for a brief moment. And you'll know it when you see it because you actually seen it in the trailer. You actually seen it when they tell you to call the number. If you get what I'm saying. But that if you got what I'm saying about when you call the number for their service, if you get what I'm saying for that whole scene leads into him doing that. So that was cool. I mean, man, the animation was good. The visuals was good. They really brought Mario's world to life. They really brought Donkey Kong's world to life. Bowser was good. The one thing I liked about Jack Black as Bowser stole the show. If I had to say who was the best actor in this whole movie, was Jack Black as Bowser. He stole the show. And the other thing I loved too was that Bowser at certain points, and you had to, if you listen, like at certain cue points, they actually have Bowser's OG Bowser's like mannerism in there, like his voice and everything, like his the growls and voice he would make. And that was like when instead of having Jack Black do like a growl or a voice, like when he get angry about something, his growl was just a voice clip of just OG video game Bowser. It was cool, and everything. The soundtrack in this movie was awesome because it's nothing but the soundtracks from the games. A little bit remix, like they remix like the suit, like when you get the star, when you get the star and become invincible. They did like a little remix for that. They did a remix for Rainbow Road. They did a remix for they either played their actual song or did a remix too, but you knew what song it was. Oh man, I love this movie so much. Like I said, I had more fun at this movie than I should have. For an adult man with gray here, I had more fun watching this movie. 'Cause I swear, from beginning to end, I had a smile. I had a smile just because they get you right at the beginning. Once the movie starts, they just play one random Mario thing. I'm just sitting there like, and I couldn't stop smiling because I just enjoyed this movie that much. And like I said, I think that was more than I should have. Yeah. There's certain characters pop up from different games, and like not just main characters, but just little side characters, little enemy characters. From Super Mario 64, so we get some Shy Guys, some Dry Bones. We get we get a lot of reference to a lot of enemies in this game. We get some King Boos in there. We get a lot of that. Man, you get a lot of that. There are characters that don't make it into this movie. Obviously, they don't want to give everything to you. They probably gonna save it for some more movies. But I will say there are 2 post-credit scenes, and one of which is a reference to a nice little sidekick. And yes, the sidekick shows up. They take a little. I love how they take a little reference from the Sonic movies. How in the post credit scene for the first one, they show Sonic's partner. So they do that here with Mario, and in one of the post credit scenes, a companion to Mario shows up. But his people do make an earlier appearance in the movie, and that's pretty much when And oh man, I don't want to tell you, but yes, a certain character and his people show up, and his people show up before that character does. But that character is shown in the movie and in the post credit scene. I'm going to give this movie. I enjoyed it so much, and I could be biased because I'm a fan of the Mario. I grew up. Those were the first games I played, so I'm trying to be unbiased, but I'm going off how my movie experience was and how I enjoyed this movie so much. I'm going to give this movie a 9 out of 10. Big ups, yeah. And the reason why I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10 is because I just wanted more, and I couldn't get more. And I wanted more. But before I go, I will say this. Reading up on the future for this franchise. There are plans to have a solo Donkey Kong movie. There are plans to have a solo Luigi's Mansion movie. And that's hence why there were some references to it for the Luigi part. And from what I'm hearing, both the voice actors for Luigi and Donkey Kong will return in these spin-offs movies. Which means Chris Pratt probably will return as Mario because Mario does play a part in Luigi's Mansion, but albeit brief. But they do, especially in Luigi's Mansion 3. They do play, both Mario and Peach plays a big role in those movies, in those games. But if you enjoy my review of this and my giddiness and my silliness of this, then you hit this button right there for all of my movie reviews. And if you enjoy the review so much, you want to support the channel, you know what to do, guys. Hit those buttons. Especially since I've done all this, I got a costume which it just consists of just this hat and this shirt. Then you know the dude guys hit those buttons and it's always hitting you on these videos for more amazing content. But don't go anywhere because I got reactions in this shirt coming your way without the hat though. So peace and Cappy. Oh, that's and Cappy. Before I go, Cappy doesn't make an appearance, but the clothing shop from that gang makes an appearance in there too. But you've seen that in the trailers. But peace.